Hello everybody. Today is quite a special day for me. I'm going to be officially filming my first vintage wash race in the garage. Now I did want to originally film the Miele versus the Hotpoint WD-23, but I don't want to move the machines around and it's a right pain in the arse to shoot two videos, so instead decided to just do this. Well, this is the Miele W754S special electronic system versus the Hotpoint 9530W electronic 1000 plus. They're both going to be, of course, running boil washes. So I'll start by loading the Miele W754S. Be able to fit a full load in there, of course. Just about. Obviously able to fit quite a lot more than just that in, but I do obviously need some for the 9530, and I might take some out of the Miele for the 9530, it just sort of depends. I'm not necessarily going to be overloading and abusing this 95 because it's not a thing I do. I don't abuse machines. I certainly have put a single bath mat in the Miele because I know the Miele can take it, but the 95 never. Well, I did it once to impress Callum Woodsford, but well, maybe once or twice in a controlled environment. Yeah, we'll need a few more dishcloths for the 9530. It's dependent on balancing, that's why I'm taking them out and instead putting them in the 95. There should be enough dishcloths. Yeah, it should be. Signature Miele Slam. So running cottons 95. I'll load the detergent in, which is going to be Kirkland Signature, which is probably going to foam the fuck out. I mean, these dishcloths really just need a freshen up, so I'm only going to use line A. I don't necessarily need the works going through them. And instead, for the 9530, instead of having to run a pre-wash for about a minute and a half, getting it, well, not exactly a minute and a half, but for about 35 seconds before I start the race, for it having to fill the sump, instead I'm going to put the detergent on top of the dishcloths. So here goes nothing, I guess. Program 1 on each machine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we're going to be an utter idiot and set up the contest for the Miele. A little bit. Level's good on that. So, you know what, fuck the contest. Done it once, not one do. So now, obviously, sit down and keep talking. There we go. So yes, This is officially going to be my, obviously this is my first proper vintage wash ray, so at least I think it is just about to actually film it instead of being on a shitty live streaming platform. And I do apologise, but I'm probably not going to go back on because it doesn't necessarily mean the best experience for everybody. I think I might abandon live streaming for a bit, not necessarily saying I'm going to do it for everybody, I'm probably going to just do it for a little bit. Just because I want to, I think these videos give people better audio and video quality instead of a pixelated and distorted mess. The audio and video quality of the live streams, it goes ridiculously pixelated and audio quality is absolutely trash. So what's better is here, right here, and right now. Fatboy Slim, remix that. Now, you never know, maybe you will. Who fucking knows? So yeah, there's still the whole thing of, is the 9530 gonna be okay with that giant, with the full loaded dishcloths? I can tell the Miele definitely is, because the Miele is obviously designed to take heavy loads. It's pretty much a commercial washer anyway. It's got a very similar operating style to the W754S and 5406 models, and that is basically half load. Even in a Miele detergent, but fully, this Kirkland signature doesn't fully dissolve. Certainly says something. Whoa. Okay. Yep. Barbara didn't like that. Well, at least the suspension didn't. Jesus. The motor was fine with it though. Suspension definitely was. Oh, she nearly smacked the cab with it. Jesus. Oh shit, it's going to be a half load contest then. Fine. Whatever. It's good enough at least, I suppose. Half load v half load on a full load level. Washer v washer. I'm curious about the Kirkland and how much it's going to sod up, because in the Miele it foamed the fuck up on line 1 and not line A, so I'm curious. I suppose some people are going to be curious as well. I certainly am. I'm not too sure about everyone else, but I certainly am, because it's my first time trying it in a 9.5. Not joking, it genuinely is. Squeal from the 9.30. She's an old gal. Still works fine though. Screw. Oh god. It's honestly, it's something similar to like David versus Goliath right here, because no, actually no, I'm not going to say that. It's more like Godzilla versus King Kong, because it's literally two beasts going against each other. One of a significantly lower quality. Yes, I just said that. Don't bitch about it. if I say a 9.5 is not necessarily the best machine compared to a Miele of a similar time period, it does not give you the right to go ahead and bitch about it, so please don't. Well, it does, but shut up, because no one wants to hear that opinion. Because somebody has called 9.5s shit in the past, which Russia. But I'm actually making obviously a far more genuine comparison here, because there's the Miele of the same time period and the 9530 of the same time period. So they're both of the 80s. Miele could be from either 82 to 89. But I'm guessing it's an 85 to 88 one, so it's narrowed it down a little bit. Yeah, and the 9530W is from June of 1986, which is the date that's on the manual. No, there's no sticker, there's no sticker on. There was no sticker on the original door. It was on the fucking manual. People had taken it off and slapped it on the manual, which is a big mistake. But oh well. I suppose that running a 9.5 full send is going to be a very incredible challenge. And yes, this machine will start randomly buzzing. I will obviously advance it past the buzzing, and it will occur between program 1 and 2 and program 2 and 5 on the cotton side of the dial. Or it might not occur between 1 and 2, but it definitely will between 2 and 5 if I'm not mistaken, because it has the past couple of times I've test run it. So yeah, I suppose that test running a 9.5 has to be one of the scariest things, because you have no idea what the hell's going to happen, which is true. Was that really weird screeching sound coming from the 9530W? I'm not sure what that is, but I'm just going to leave it. Of course. See, I can just hear it. I'm not sure if the camera will be able to. Then again, though, it's 35 years old, so. There is another thing though. Side trims, they're a delicate pain in the ass. As well as the side trims, the lid trims, there's a crack on this side trim, which, well, no, this lid trim, which is a genuine pain in the arse. There's no backs on them. The panels rust, unlike on the Miele. I haven't really heard of a Miele having rusty panels as such, so I suppose there is that. Readjusting the whole camera angle. See, move it over a little bit further over, obviously, to get rid of the ring light. Because the ring light pisses me off. Even though, because it's way too small. Panorama filming. Right, that's that. The 9544 is here. Needs a door hinge and a door trim because the fucking door trim decided to snap. So I took the hinge off it and fitted it to the 9530W and lost the fucking back plate for the hinge for the 9530W. So I've got two missing black back plates. I've got a missing fucking hinge in here. I don't know where the fuck they all are. I'm not going to be searching for them because it's just a cheapy thing. I can just go and grab it off of eBay for, what, 15, 20 quid. It's not really worth looking for in here. But yeah, there's that, I suppose. But yeah, still, comparing the 9.5 to a Miele of the same era, let's go ahead and compare them to their modern variants. You see, when Hotpoint, you know what, I'm going to say, you know what, fuck, when, if Hotpoint come out on Wednesday to fix the WMFUG and they offer us a free fucking replacement, you know what my answer's going to be? Nah. I'm going to deny that because I'm the person that uses it the absolute most, first of all, and it's going to be a piece of shit, second. The programming is going to just suck. The fucking thing's not going to be able to add any water, same as a candy. The balancing is going to be trash. It's either going to not go for a spin because it's just had a nightmare about, you know, me sitting in front of a different washer, you know, just washing whites with colours. So it's just going to officially have a fucking gigantic nightmare and decide fuck it, I'm not balancing. Or it's going to annihilate itself by smacking its side panels or something stupid. Also, the cabinet's probably going to crack on that fucking thing and all. So I'm going to grab... Hopefully we're going to get a replacement cabinet. If not, then fuck everything. The Miele's going in. I'm like, permanently in the house. So I will have a space for a new machine. Now, there is obviously going to be a setback. That setback is going to be, I'm going to have to get a donor. Because folks, I think that WM Ultima Twins project ought to be fired up. Don't you? I say da to that. Which means yes in Russian. Or tak. Tak. Tak, which means yes in I think it's Polish. So yes, I would suppose that my project of Prowkers is going to officially work out, I think. See what I did there? Prowker. Steralnia machine. Hang on, no. Let me put that a bit loud. Steralnia machine. There you go. Prowka. Steralnia machine. Lavadorda. Machine at laver. Washing machine. Washer, as the Americans say it, because, you know, they can't really seem to say much right and they end up making themselves look like retards. Like, genuinely, half of the the machines in the US that are residential are probably Samsungs that people just don't care about. Look, this is the signs of a man who cares about his vintage washers. Because, look, they're not in pieces. Well, some of them are, pending restoration. They're not all in bits. They don't have serious issues like bearing failures, because I wouldn't let a machine keep going with bearing failures. They don't have snapped spiders. They don't have faulty timers. Apart from this beauty, she does have a slight itch. You know, she doesn't have a slight glitch where she decides to hold a heat stage forever until you switch economy wash on and she advances past it. But other than that, she's fine. Feel that heat. That's so goddamn strong, is it? Already. Right, Miele has action while it's heating. So let's check. On the thermostat, we trip at just past 40 degrees Celsius. which will certainly work out to be, I'm going to say, quite a decent main wash. Now there's a reason why I don't do pre-washes on that Miele. I'm going to tell you why. It's not even worth doing a pre-wash. And no, I'm not joking. It isn't worth doing a pre-wash. The reason is because the machine just fucking boss modes its way through a main wash. Like, it doesn't care. Don't care. It removes every last bit of stain. Every last bit of stain has done everything apart from wood varnish, which I found out. But other than that, it's just absolutely just boss moded itself all the way through. Which is just madness. But, like I said, it is a fucking Miele. And Mieles of this era, not this modern era, but Mieles of that, well, Mieles of that era, lads and lasses, they don't care about balancing. They say, fuck balancing. They care about suds look, so come on, it's a special fucking electronic system. Who is gonna design a machine that can't handle suds locks? That Miele can fucking handle suds locks. The 9530 can handle them like they're nothing. And whereas modern backhoe can seem to handle them pretty well for a modern machine, and then there's a shitty Candy that just can't pump anything out for the fucking life of itself. It takes 5 minutes to pump out fucking water, the one at my school does. Well, a couple of them that are at my fucking school. You see, I think the administrators or whoever the guys are, the finance people, are a bit silly for asking for a washing machine. I send them recommendations for washers and dryers and they get candies. And that's going to backfire on them. Because I washed a gigantic, like full 100% full load of jumpers today. I think the bearings are starting to go on that shitty Candy, and it's not even 2 years old yet. But yeah, it's definitely outlived its shitty, annoying fucking 1 year guarantee. I swear Miele slapped a 20-year guarantee on those W754S back in the day, and the model was in that range. Correct me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure. I think it could have possibly been like a 5, maybe a 10-year guarantee. I'm not sure. Like, honestly, people in the US say warranty. We say guarantee, because a warranty kind of means that they can go ahead and flick it around in the fine print. Or at least what it sounds like that to me. But warranties to me sound more like the types of things where they can just say no. A guarantee is obviously, I guarantee you this. It's a yes for however long. A year, 10 years, 20 years, 6 months, however fucking long it is. That person or company usually cannot get rid of that guarantee. I just wish they'd go back to handing out 20-year guarantee, 5-year guarantees, and washers lasted. So far, this machine's lasted 7 fucking times longer than its 5-year guarantee. I mean, when do you get machines like that? When, I ask you? When? Oh, fuck. And now the Miele's officially just gonna decide, nope, I'm just gonna keep agitating as I'm heating, and it's going to be a big no from me. I wonder if the 9530's motors died or something, because it usually does delicate tumbles. Or full action tumbles. Oh no, it does delicate tumbles. economy washers on. Just gives it a bit of agitation there. So, I suppose that the most ridiculous thing... Right, I'll be honest. What is the most ridiculous thing about modern automatics to you guys? Because I've got a pet peeve. Balancing. You see, I want a washer that can actually handle an unbalanced load without having to fucking balance it every time. That's my only thing, apart from the amount of water that I think modern automatics use. Beckos are a massive exception to that though, because they use a decent amount of water. This Miele is an exception, obviously, as it's not even modern, but it doesn't use as much water as the 9530 does in the main wash. Yet it beats it in rinses, you know, level-wise. Now, there's the other thing about that Miele, and that is the stainless steel outer tub, because when did you get quality like that? When did that... I don't know when Miele started to use stainless outer tubs, but I swear they're going to keep on using them to the end of the automatics. Now, they did end up making a plastic tubs model. Well, they've made a few. They've made one which was a US model, which was insane. It was a Touchtronic model, W754S, I think it was, something like that. It was on the W4000 series, I think. And then there's the modern, like 500 or 600 quid Miele, you know, 700 quid Miele, like absolutely bottom of the line. And that's got a plastic outer tub, and it's only that one model, which I will be honest isn't that bad. At least it's got a steel drum spider. And speaking of steel drum spiders, Miele learned from their mistakes on the W's, and well, Miele learned from their mistakes on the W1s and also the Novatronics and that, and they've gone back to actually using steel drum spiders. But a 9.5 is stuck with one of these aluminium hoss. This thread's just starting to hurt my fucking fingers. Ew, aluminium drum spiders. Ew, scrap. It's gonna snap on a spin cycle. I really hope the drum spider of this 9530 doesn't snap, like ever, because it'll be scary as fuck and it will probably damage the machine. Off. Okay, that's where it fails. So I'm going to push it in, advance it a step, hold it on, because I heard that little buzzing. I'm going to check the W754, pull the drawer out. Somehow there's no suds in the drawer yet. Oh, bloody hell, at all. That's some relief. So, I suppose that the Miele is getting, well, obviously the Miele is getting stupidly sudsy because it's a fucking Miele. But oh well. Oh, we got a bit of suds in the back. Doesn't come out of the pump, it comes out of the dispenser, well, the vent hose to the inner drum from the, well, no, from the outer tub to the drawer in that Miele. There's usually filming issues. Oh yes, that is a POV angle. Nearly. That's perfect. It's probably better than it was before. Fucking hell. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to stick some fabric softener on that. As well. Right. hopefully takes care of the excess suds. Now the 9530W is heating brilliantly. Oh Jesus, so's the Miele. The Miele's at 70 now. Yeah, the suds has gone down significantly. Because I barely use any detergent in the first place. I am smart. And that's the timer fault. So, time to press that in, advance it once, pull the dial back out. Obviously turn the Miele back on even though it wasn't. I didn't have to turn it off. I just decided to show what the 9530 does. So it's the Miele's actually slightly hotter than the 9530 is, and the Miele's at 70, so the 9530 is probably at about 65. So I get about 20 degrees, 15-20 on that last stretch before the distribution drain. Only the distribution drain. Alright. Back to the action. 953S is getting really sudsy now. It's still heating. She's at quite a rather significant, roughly 70 degrees Celsius by my hand on the glass. Roughly about judging by that. About 80. Oh, bloody hell. No spin on the first because it's a distribution drain. It shouldn't spin because it is a distribution drain. Steam and a lot of in fact the thermostat is tripped, so that means the machine is absolutely maxed out. It's just gone full send. Love it. one.
Right. Well, that's the first burst.
Second burst. Second spin. First one, heavy water lock. Look at that though. I call that the crystal showers because of how perfect the water is. Yeah. Second burst. And there's no water left. Yeah, sure. So, now that we got this going, probably once, instead of having like a half-assed attempt at a live stream, let me check how long that video's been going on for. Oh, an hour and 12 minutes. Very nice. Spin number 3 or 4, I can't tell. Probably number 3. Keeping track of spins. First number 1. That's a heavy water. Very heavy water torque. Just going to kick back onto the spins. Cross. This isn't necessarily a wash race, I'd say, because a wash race is where you go ahead and put them against each other properly. This is sort of a wash day, I'd say. Not necessarily a wash day. Well, a wash race. Got meh. Two. Second best. I'm filming. I'm actually filming. Yay. At long last. It's been going for an hour and 19 minutes. And the Hotpoint 9530's not exactly going against the Miele, but it is. So what have you been doing? Wow. What machine? Let me think. An industry I Miele. I bet you've never had a Miele. Hotpoint, I'm gonna say. What kind of Hotpoint? Curious. No. No, you go for something vintage. Oh, something old. WF. I have an idea. Why don't I get a WF for a new swag? Yeah, if it was a collection piece like I have, like 500 million. What? So I was going to ask my mum if I could have a look around Curry's. But it turns out we had to... I might have... No, I didn't end up going because we went to IKEA and we didn't have time. Oh yeah, it'd be the first time I've been to like an appliance store in like, oh god, like a year and a half now at least. If not longer. Your fan? You have a fan? Yeah, I got one as well. My fan is skewed. A little bit. Yeah, Barbara puts on the horsepower. Oh yeah, she puts on the power. She don't care. Oh, and that's first burst on the fight. You know what? Fuck it, I'm turning my camera on. Got the camera on with my boyfriend on it. You're not on speakerphone. That video camera. We might actually get a double burst if I advance the Miele. Becca is there. Becca is not being used still. No, it's not a good idea. I would advise against it. Do not. At this point, I'm actually going to say Indesit is of higher quality than Hotpoint. Because after what happened with my grandma and her NSWF 742 UK, whatever, basically an active care. No, I mean, let's be honest, that Becca's not going to go wrong for a long time. Second burst. Please do the Hotpoint spin. Please. Begging you. Cut out now. Please. Fucking please. got it perfectly as well. That is the first official Hotpoint spin caught on camera for me, not for anyone else, but for me personally. And there you go. First Hotpoint spin I've caught on coal as well, which is surprising. Well, actual. No, I didn't. Neither. I'd go for Becco. Fuck everything else. Screw it. Screw the replacements. Screw the damn replacements. I give a toss about. Screw it. I'm just advancing everything onto every machine to a final spin. I don't care about it anymore. It's not really a wash race. Necessarily. This wasn't necessarily a wash race. But hey, still pretty damn good. So meh, not the worst. I'm surprised how it's only... Okay, I started this at like 7 and it's past. Yes. Becco is good. Becco. Yeah, Becco. Right. Yes, Becco is good, Brett. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Candy as shit. Pure, concentrated garbage. I suppose so. You see, Miele are very, very nice with their machines, because you get that. Oh yeah, he's... Of course, we still got to wait for that bloody shitty indesit condenser tumble dryer to die, and then you might be getting a Becco, which will be good. Because honestly, my Becco tumble dryer is like the fastest dryer I have ever had. Fucking Miele timer sounds, boy. That's the sound of a French timer. So cool. One washer done. It technically wasn't a race, so there's no winner here because it was advancements. But it was kind of just a general showcase. I can do them. So yes. Okay. Yes. No, it didn't. This just came off. The trim's fine. 953. I caught that on fucking video. The 9530W falls apart on camera. Oh my fucking god. The Hotpoint 9530W falls the fuck apart on camera. Well, that was the end of this. Thank you for watching, and adios, amigos. Adios, amigos, I suppose. That was a surprising end. Also, the machine was leaking from the door seal, but that's absolutely fine. It was only a couple of drops to the cycle, so I'm going to leave that. But yeah, I guess I got that fucking door trim to sort out now. It isn't broken, it's... I got the whole thing, start to finish. Well, with advancements, because I have a lazy ass. So yeah, I suppose that is the end of it, and I'm obviously going to make a clip of that for the shits and giggles, and I'm going to post that before I post this official, not exactly a wash race vid, but just a, not even a versus vid, not even a machine versus a machine vid. You see, unlike the 9544, this 9530 actually doesn't start if the door isn't closed. I haven't even filmed that damn washer dryer yet, and I filmed the Becca on service mode, but I haven't filmed that. I know I haven't filmed the goddamn full cycle on the Becca. No, I'm not doing it because my camera don't have enough storage. Like my burner phone, basically. Well, my damn phone don't have enough storage. Right. Last video is, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm obviously going to edit that, so it is one of the most hilarious things. So yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.